Welcome back. One of the things we're going to do from last time is we're going to remove this rotate text block, and we're going to, because it exists in two places, so you don't want that to happen in your code. You don't want to have duplicate coding. And then also, if you're following along with this tutorial, get rid of this ID section header, because this actually belongs, that's the header. It didn't have an ID. This is the section header. And that makes a difference. Okay, so we lost our rotate because we got rid of, I'll start it in Internet Explorer, but I'm not going to wait for it. So now that we don't have the rotate text, what we're going to do is we're going to create a class, and let's call it rotate text blocks. And within that, we'll put this code. We lost the code. So if you have a good IDE, you can always hit Control Z and get back what you lose. So the Control Z is really an undo. Rotate text block. This is a class. This is a CSS class. And if you look, you can see the difference between a class and calling something by ID is that instead of using a hash symbol, you use a period. So now we have a class called rotate text block, and we can go direct to any block that we want to rotate and say class equals, and we need to get the exact name of it. I don't like to write the names. I like to copy them, because when you get some really heavy CSS, you get to the point where you don't want to rely on yourself to remember what the name was. Oftentimes when you are fixing code, when you are the code fixer, then some programmer before you may have, now we're rotating and we're using a class. So this rotating and using a class is working for us, because the reason why we wanted to do it was because we have we're not rotating it in Mozilla. Let's check Internet Explorer. Is because we had duplicate code, and we don't want to have duplicate code. So it's working in Internet Explorer right now. That's good. It's not working in, I thought we checked it's not working in either Chrome or, let's see what's going on. We may have to put in block, so we may have to get rid of, oops, let's just check it. Yeah, you got to get rid of the inline, so that's it. Alright, there we go. So that's Chrome, and then Control R, and we have, now we're doing it in Mozilla. Good. That's Firefox. Now what we want to do is we want to style this text here. Remember, this is the original, so that means we want to change the color of this, and we want to move both of them over. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Photoshop, and we're going to find out what the color is. It's at 1600. That's as large as it can go. We can go in and get the darkest spot, then look at it, and it is 09C. So I'm just going to write that down. Notepad is really good for when you want to save things. You just want to scratch a piece of paper. That's your digital scratch pad. And then we'll come up here and we'll do the same thing for this color. And this is 3C3. Okay, so we know that the green is C3C. With that done, we can go in to our code, and we're going to look for, you don't have to do it this way. Sometimes I do it this way just to make sure that I get the right. And also look at that, there are single quotes there. You don't want that. When we get over to JavaScript, I'll discuss these single quotes. Also, if you make a habit of saving, You don't see it, but I constantly hit Control S. Control S is for save, and I do that because I never know what's going to happen. I want to always at least have the last save. So every time I do anything, even such as put these two curly braces, then I save, automatic save. So we have now our join text, and our join text is this text here. Want to join a world-class team, and then we have this text, hand code via HTML. We're going to style both of those right now. For the join text, what we need to do is we will change the color, and the color for the join text is 09C. So we're just going to say color 09C semicolon, and then we're going to float it to the left. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, wrong place. Good, that worked out. And then we're going to do this with hand code. We're going to change the font size to small and change the color to C3C. C3C semicolon, and then we're going to float that to the left, and we're going to change the margin, the top margin, so that it stays away from the join text. Let's just start with 25 pixels and we'll test it later. And then also we're going to change the left margin, and let's try 30 pixels, and let's take a look and see what comes out. Now, why is that thing all the way up there? That's ridiculous. Let's go take a look and see what we did wrong. That's Mozilla. It's up there in Chrome. And internet export takes forever, so we're not going to look at it there for the time being. Now we need in our aside, we need to style this aside. So this aside here matches to this stuff here. So we're going to style this entire aside. And what's the name of it? Let's get the exact name. It's called aside header. I think. Let me just check and make sure. We may have already done that. There's heading text, section header. We have not styled the aside, so we will style the aside now. And what we're going to do with the aside header is float the whole thing to the right and change the margin, the right margin. You can't do that. Need a semicolon. And I'll try 350 because we made the other side 350. Let's see. Oh, it looks good. It looks good, and we'll do it in, okay, it looks good, but notice what's wrong. The colors are black. That's not right. So let's find out why is this color not for join not coming out correctly. And the reason why is because we forgot the hash symbol. You need to have that, otherwise you just put some random characters. Purple, that's not right. Let's go 0, C0. Wait, that's 3. Let's make it higher. RGB. So RGB stands for red, green, blue. So here's red 0. Let's make a high green and 0 blue. Save and refresh. We got a green. Okay, good. And also, and that blue looks like it's close enough to, let's look at it. The blue is close enough. And so there it is. You can see that we have styled, for the most part, the top. And so we will begin to work on the bottom part in the next video. Thank you. But there's one more thing I want to do. I don't like the fact that this, I thought this had a bold. No, this needs to be bolded. So let's go in and look at our, it says strong. We already have it. I did do that. So why is it not strong? That's not strong enough. I may change that later, but for now we'll go with that. Okay, see you in the next video.